Okay, I wanted to have these guys on today, and we're going to go ahead and jam calls in with them as well. We'll have them back up in the next few months because I was in the film, and I think it's a fair film. Our enemies can see things in it that they don't like about us, but overall, I think it shows the human side of us, and it's also well done. It's got Jack McClam in it, Luke Radowski, myself, and many others. It's a New World Order, and it hits store shelves everywhere this week. And no, I don't own the film. I'm not profiting from it being in stores, but I think people should get it. We do sell it, though, at our shopping cart. Only place you can get it from us. We do have it discounted with Fall of the Republic. If you'd like to get the two films together at Infowars.com. It aired on Independent Film Channel to the highest viewership they've ever gotten on the on-demand. And it has a fresh look at the reality that the false left-right paradigm simply can't offer. Far behind the media, contrived Democrat and Republican political circus, or government-funded fake news PR packages, are powerful bankers, presidential advisors, and European leaders meeting quietly in secret to advance a global agenda for total control. It's the reality that the mainstream media refuses to cover, and it's the underreported truth that the subjects of the film New World Order will stop at nothing to expose. Film producers from SeeThink, the directors Andrew, Neel, and Luke Meyer join us today. Good to have you guys on. Long time no talk.
Hey, Alex, how you doing?
It's great to be back here, Alex.
Guys, tell us, last time I talked to you a few months ago when it aired on IFC, you were telling me record viewership. I talked to IFC. They said that it was just gangbusters. If that's any idea of what Ventura's TV show is going to be like on True TV, it's pretty exciting.
There's actually an update to that. It turns out it wasn't just the most successful one on IFC download, but actually in all of Cablevision ever
for documentary.
So it was a tremendous success on television. So that's great.
Well, I didn't know that. So what should that tell the establishment? It should be pretty clear to the establishment that the people want to know about the New World Order. And how stupid does the establishment look? Your film seems to have come out at the perfect time for mainstream television because now open world government's being announced, open banking controls being announced, open global carbon taxes being pushed. Everything we talk about is unfolding publicly.
Yeah, no, I think that what it demonstrates is that people are interested in not looking at cardboard cutouts or two-dimensional stereotypes of people, that are classified as quote unquote conspiracy theorists. So, our job with the film was to humanize people in the movement, get to know them, why they believe what they believed, how they got to where they were in their life, and what their lives were like. And so, we feel like that's a really, it's a clear message that people want to see, unbiased takes on subject matter.
Your phone's breaking up a bit, but absolutely. Let's get Mr. Meyer to comment. Of course, I could all just call you Davis, and Davis. I kept calling you all Davis. Let's go to Davis number 2, Luke Meyer. Luke, your take on all this.
Well, I think it's pretty clear. It's sort of been clear for a little while now, but just also with those numbers, it's pretty clear that these are issues that people have a hunger to find out more information about. And that there's a general rising interest in counter-mainstream media information sources.
Well, are you glad you made a film about the New World Order?
Absolutely. It was an incredible experience, and we got to go all over the world, and I think Luke and I both learned a lot, and we got to know a lot of people that, we consider to be our friends now. And it was a wild ride, like Chantilly, Virginia, and Turkey, and getting followed by cops and undercover agents and all that stuff was definitely things that I had never done before, and were really an eye-opening experience.
Andrew, we've got Luke Meyer on with us, but we're going to reconnect to you. You've got a bad landline. We're going to call you right back, Andrew. Luke, where do you go from here? Where does the film New World Order go from here?
Well, as you said at the beginning of it, I'm sorry, did you lose Andrew on there? Because we're actually on the same line.
Okay, anyway. Then he's on a cordless or something. You're on a hard line. He's on a cordless.
Okay. Yeah, he's going to switch phones.
I'm guessing he's on a cordless. It's just the point is, or get close to the jack there.
Okay.
While we play telephone, we've got a little string Up to New York. You guys in New York right now?
We're in New York, yeah. But where's the film at? The film, like you said, the film just came out on DVD, and as we said before, it had those record-breaking on video on demand numbers earlier, but I don't think they do the video on demand anymore. It periodically still does play on the Independent Film Channel, but it's only periodically that it runs on their cycle. So now the best way to see it is on DVD, and we're just trying to get that in front of as many people as possible.
Absolutely. We have it comboed up right now at Infowars.com with Fall of the Republic. But expanding from there, sometimes IFC films, like Waking Life was a film produced by Tommy Pilata and Rick Linkletter with IFC. That went on to Showtime and HBO and other places. Is there any chance it's going to end up also being on HBO or other channels?
I don't think so. I think it's, as far as television, it's going to just play on the Independent Film Channel. We're looking into trying to get it shown in various places in other countries, but there's been nothing fully settled with that yet. So
what's exciting is that it was #1 on both fronts, on demand and did they tell you the actual ratings, or did they tell you by how much it beat any other documentary? Or because this is pretty exciting.
I didn't get specific numbers. We just got an email saying this was the most ever.
But if you look at who Cablevision owns, you could start to do a comparison against, the kind of films that it was beating out. So clearly it was getting major numbers,
Have you guys taken your flu shot?
I have not taken a flu shot.
Me neither.
So does that mean
taken your flu shot, Alex?
No, I haven't. So I'm asking, did you guys wake up making this film?
Yeah, I think there's a number of things that about making this film that changed my life, and I think one of the primary things that I think I went in not really having a full grasp of was what rights were as a filmmaker. And actually, I have to say, hanging around with you, Alex, and Luke Rudowski really taught me a lot about what I'm allowed to do with a camera. And I think before I made this movie, I kind of had that attitude about police officers that I think to some extent the police kind of like you to have, which is whatever we say you have to do, and you don't have the right to shoot on the street and all that kind of stuff. And I kind of felt like, to some extent I sort of just cowered and did what they said. And I think after shooting this film, I felt...
Andrew, your phone went out again. As much as I'd like to be able to hear this, I'm not sure what's going on with it. Are you on a cordless phone?
Yeah, we're on wireless phones.
Rule number 1 in radio: don't use cordless phones or cell phones. Rule number 2: don't use cordless phones or cell phones.
Oh,
Rule number 3:
no,
it's all right. I want to be able to hear what you have to say. Well, everywhere you went, including I was there with you in D.C., you can be 200 yards away from a monument in a park, and they walk over and go, "Turn them off." You go, "Show me the law, boy." But you can go to Soviet Russia, or I guess if you get in a time machine, you could. You can go to Russia today. They don't do that. How is this liberty and freedom? But go ahead and finish up with that. Your phone started cutting out. Let's see if it's back. How many times do you have police come up and tell you to turn your camera off?
Yeah, no, what I said, which I don't know how much of it you caught, but was that just by the process of making the movie, what the thing that was most valuable to me was what I learned about what my rights were as a filmmaker. And what I said was hanging out with you and Luke really taught me about what I'm entitled to as a filmmaker, and taught me, that I don't have to just cower to the police and do whatever they say, and that it kind of to some extent I grew up in a libertarian environment, I think, but it kind of reinvigorated me in terms of remembering what my rights were, and what I was entitled to, and it kind of did cue me into the fact that I think to some extent the population, and it's something that you talk about a lot, Alex,
has been cowed, but your phone just did the same thing again.
We should try to reconnect.
No, it's a cordless phone. I know what it's doing. It's got low batteries or something.
All right, well, David said he's working on it.
Or somebody's using a blender next door. Whatever. Your phone's back now. You're saying what it really cued you in on with the public. Go ahead.
It just really cued me into the fact that, basically, many people sort of just get conditioned to assume that the police are really the law and you should never question them. And I think that's a very dangerous kind of attitude for a population as a whole to have. And so being in, shooting this film and hanging out with you and other people in the movie, I think got me kind of reinvigorated about what my rights were.
Well, Andrew, it's not that we're looking for trouble with the police, but if you're in Austin, Texas, or you're in Dallas, or you're in New York, or you're in Los Angeles, or you're in D.C., and you're in a park with a video camera and police march over and meanly tell you can't be there, and you see them doing it to tourists, and you see them doing it to teenagers,